Metafix is a show that teaches you how to think in the metagame. I am not here to give you the answers, nor am I going to tell you how to win. Metafix teaches you how to play in the metagame and how to react around the metagame and what is in the metagame. If you're looking for the answers, try HC Realms, check the forums, they have all kinds of neat toys and tools and teams being brought up, and check the results of a lot of the ROC tournaments or any Worlds tournaments to see how teams played out and what teams were used for. I'm just here to help you think. Let's talk about the rules. No, I know that's Amber's job, but give me a break here, because there is an element of rules you have to know as a competitor, and that is your rules. Know your rules going into a tournament. Very frequently, I've seen, more so on a local level, and once or twice on a higher level, a player will bring a team, and it happened quite a few times actually in Versus System as well. They would bring a deck, have a misunderstanding of the rules, get there and find out they were all wrong, and discover that the functionality of what they had is just completely incorrect. As a result, sometimes you're in an awkward situation that you can't get yourself out of, and that is your team is just going to crumble in front of you. So what I need you guys to understand for this episode is that when you build your team, if you have any questions of the rules, be on the win. If you're on your way to a major tournament, see if you can get a hold of the head judge. Before the tournament starts, get a hold of the head judge and bring some extra pieces just in case, or bring a backup plan. Because sometimes you guys are going to come up with an idea that doesn't get past the rules, or doesn't get past a ruling, or you'll miss the ruling, and you're going to get stuck. The best way to prevent that, of course, is every figure that you add to your team, get on the win. Find out the rulings on those figures. Find out any ambiguities that may be involved in those characters. Because sometimes some weird things happen, you know? For instance, I played the Shifting Focus Superman, so I had to understand how replacement worked back to front. Because if I didn't understand how replacement rules worked, something might catch me off guard with that figure, and there'd be nothing I could do about that. As well, you have to understand some of the things that could be opposing, but you have to understand the rules for the tech that you might have brought for it. Again, an example was Mystique was a big worry going into Canadian Nationals, but they had ruled that ID card characters or free action Tico at the beginning of the turn allowed you to target Mystique. So I had tech to have that option to deal with Mystique. But then the very next day, actually we were on the road to Canadian Nationals when they changed that rule, and I was now stuck without being able to do that. So, keep checking until you get there. And then always, if you have any doubts, when you get to the event, always double check with the head judge to be sure. If you're trying to hide the ruling, that's okay. Oftentimes it's, it could expose a good portion of how your team works to ask these rules questions. So get that judge as soon as you can and take them aside and say, hey, this is how my team works. Is this correct? Be aware of your rules, because I can't tell you how often or how ruthless it can be when, on this, in this situation, when you put all this work into your team only to find out you were wrong. So, guys, use the win, win.wizkids.com, and check out the rules forum under the more section and just search for the characters or a game element that you're using. Double check clarifications in the clarifications and errata section to any rules that may pertain to you. If you have equipment, check the equip rules. You have resources, check resource clarifications. Be aware of everything that pertains to your team, because goodness knows you don't want to get there and find out you were wrong. So be it at the table or on the win or on hcrealms.com, checking and researching everything about your figures. Just remember, it's all part of practice, and practice is what makes your team better. The opinions and thoughts brought to you in Metafix are not meant for the casual game at the table.
Married with Clix is brought to you in part by MajesticCCG.com. Check out the new premium site with MajesticCCG.com/Apex-Insiders. Check the link below. Trust me. Trying to remember that from me talking? Not going to help. You'll get awesome articles at $3 a month, with the first month being free, from amazing writers such as Paris Gordon, Easton Brock, Aaron Cantu. I'm even going to be contributing occasionally. And if you're familiar with the Metal Lab, check out some of Mike Payne's articles. So check it out again, majesticccg.com/apex-insiders for your look into the minds of some of the greats.